Well, do I got a bunny in my shirt or what? Can you all tell I got a bunny in my shirt? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back once again to JJ's PC Build. You know, it's JJ with you once again. First time here, and you just got here and you just clicked on my channel for the first time. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you know when I post the next video. Before we get started there, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to be doing is this. I'm going to put my shout out to Mr. Winston over there in good old Kentucky. He decided he wanted to send me his Gigabyte Eagle RTX 3060 12 gigabyte for testing and to see what it can do over here. We got it, my friend. We want to thank you for sending this to the channel. Courtesy brought to you by Mr. Machine. He made that possible. Machine, you get a shout out as well. But guys, you're going to see videos on this. You're going to see a before video. We're going to do thermal testing on it. We're going to do a breakdown of it because I got to repaste it. And we're going to do a final conclusion on it. And then also a live stream on it. So we're going to do 4 different things on this. So you can see going from beginning to end what's going to happen. So the first 3 are going to be videos, and the 4th one is going to be on a live stream. So you have to stick around for that. Make sure you subscribe as well. Hello, Dr. Blitz. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, the 6090 in 2027. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that after what I got to talk about. Make sure you got your drink and snacks. That's Mr. Machine. I was waiting on Mr. Machine to come in before we got continued with this. Hello, Mr. Machine.
Hello.
I better move the microphone over by Mr. Machine so that way you guys can hear Mr. Machine. How about that?
I got nothing good to say.
Oh, I already... Oh, before you jumped on, I already put the shout out for Winston and you, my friend.
Just well, it's not my fault. I didn't do anything.
No, you delivered it.
Okay. All right.
So,
I'm the middleman.
Yeah, you're the middleman. You middlemaned it for us. So, but, you know, let me go ahead and just get what's on my chest off my chest real quick there, Machine. And okay. Then we'll have a follow-up on it, and we'll talk about it, and we'll go from there. So,
okay, sounds good.
All right, everybody. Tonight we're diving into one of the most confusing and frustrating and frankly bizarre GPU stories of the year. The supposed discontinuation of the RTX 5060 Ti and the 5070 Ti 16 gigabyte cards. God, that's a mouthful, you know, there, Machine. It's a mouthful.
Oh, if it had soup on it, it'd be worse.
Yeah, put a little soup on it. Now, if you've been following the headlines, you're probably seen the reports flying around. Tech Power Up dropped a piece claiming that ASUS confirmed both cards were being discontinued. WCCF Tech echoed the same thing, citing the rising of VRAM costs and supply chain issues being the reason. According to their sources, the 16 gigabyte variant were quietly being pulled off of the shelves, and AIB partners were told to stop production. But then Nvidia stepped in. Nvidia did step in, and they didn't just deny it. They called the reports incorrect. No nuisance, no clarification, just a flat-out rejection, according to NVIDIA. Both cards are still in production and available. So don't think NVIDIA pulled production on it. They did not. So, what's going on here? Are AIBs like ASUS miscommunicating? Is Nvidia trying to control the narrative? Or is it just another case of mid-range market getting caught up in the crossfire between marketing and manufacturing? Let's break it down. Yeah, let's break it down. First, the timeline. Tech Power Up article dropped with direct quotes from ASUS rep. They said the 16 gigabyte cards were being phased out due to cost. Plain and simple. WCCF Tech backed it up with their own resources, saying that the cards were effectively discontinued. Then within hours, Nvidia responded. They didn't offer a technical rebuttal. They didn't even explain the VRM situation. You know, those chips are really wild. They just, how can I say this? They just said the claims were wrong. They said, the reporting was wrong. So now I've seen this kind of thing before, which I have seen it a long time ago. When a product quietly exits the market, you don't always get a press release. Nope. Sometimes it's just a slow fade. Listings disappear, stock dries up, and only people who notice are the ones trying to buy. But this time, the community noticed. And the contradiction between ASUS and Nvidia has sparked a ton of questions. So let's talk about the real issue, VRAM. 16 gigabyte variant of these cards were already walking a tightrope. They're mid-range GPUs with high memory capacities, which sounds great on paper, but it puts pressure on pricing and supply. If VRAM costs spike, those cards become unprofitable fast. And if AIB partners are footing the bill, they're going to pull the plug whether Nvidia likes it or not. That's true. That's what makes this story so messy. And it's not just about the specs, it's about economics, communication, and who actually controls the product life cycle. So tonight, I want to hear from you guys. Have you seen these cards in stock lately? That's a question. Do you think Nvidia's denial is holding water? Do you? That's another question. Or are we watching another quiet GPU burial in real time? That's another question. Drop your thoughts in the live chat. We're going to go through the articles and compare statements and try to make sense of this whole thing together. And if you're new here, once again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. This channel is about cutting through the noise and giving you the real story. No hype, no fluff, no bullshit. Period. So let's get into it there, guys. I'm going to read off what you guys got put into the live chat, and then we're going to move on from that. And we're going to look at the articles and talk a little bit about that. Machine, do you got anything you want to add?
From what I understand, the Nvidia is still providing VRAM for the AIB partners.
Yeah.
But so if the AIB partners want to produce more, they have to buy their own RAM, which there's no way they're going to get the same price as Nvidia. They probably have a really good price point.
Nvidia is only going to give them 40% with the VRAM chips. So if they want to flip the bill for more graphics cards, they're going to have to go source out their own VRAM chips.
Yeah, I just don't think they're going to be able to do that and make the prices seem reasonable. So they're just going to produce more of the 8 gigabyte cards.
No, but what they're going to do is they're going to weed out the profitable and the non-profitable, and barely put anything on the non-profitable and then go for the profitable cards. Okay,
Yeah,
so
well, 5090 and 5080 are definitely profitable cards.
yeah, but not at the price they're at. Not everybody has $3,500 or $1,800 for a 5080 or a 5090. They don't have $3,500 or $5,000 wherever you're going to get it from. There's only a limited amount that's got that kind of money.
Yeah, but if this is happening to Nvidia, it's going to have an AMD, and most of their cards are 16 gigabytes.
It's going to happen across the board regardless.
Yep.
So don't think that AMD's out of the woodwork about this. Guess what? They're not neither. Machine's right. It's not just it's not just Nvidia, it's AMD and Intel. Once they start throwing their ring in the hat, or they start throwing their card in the hat, then the ring starts getting bigger.
Yep.
But the whole thing is this. How much are you really going to pay for these graphics cards? I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to be honest with you straight up 100%. I'm not paying nothing over $600, period. And if the card sucks, I ain't getting it. If it's in between $400 and $600, that'd be a good upgrade for me. But if I don't want an upgrade and I want an entry level card, then I'll stay between the $200 and $300 range. But when it comes to these cards, I am not paying nothing over $600. I said that the very first day I started my channel. I ain't going nowhere near over $600. They can kiss my ruby red ass.
But that's true. You have been saying that for as long as I've been on the channel. So
yeah,
that's true.
Why I can't see the consumer paying that much. I can't even see $600 right now. I can see between $250 and $350 maximum. That's what I can see. But if they cannot produce a quality card between $250 and $350, I'll just stick with what I have.
Yeah.
Screw it. I will use my card until it dies.
I like my $850 card, though.
Yeah, like you're going to use that card until it dies. I know that.
Yeah, that'll last me for quite a while.
Now I'm going to use my card until it dies, and I know that.
Yep.
I told you all in the beginning when I first got my 4070, I'm going 5 years with this son bitch. 5 years.
Go. Almost 2.
Well, see, I bought my card first up 1 month after it launched.
It'll be May. May will be 3 years.
I said 5 years on this card. Now the platform I still got. I haven't given up on it because I'm going to use it as my test bench for the near future of this 3060. This 3060 right here, guys. And the 7900, RX 7900, I still have that. The GTX 1650, I still have that. The RX 5500. Oh, that's not it. Oh, this is it. The RX 5500, I still got to test this, and I still got to make a video on this. So I got plenty of videos coming up. I can cut through the noise of the chip shortage and everything else and tell you I'm going to end up having to repaste the 3060. I'm going to have to repaste the GTX 1650. Well, damn, I'm just pasting all over again, ain't I, bro? See, because I have the experience to do this. I don't talk about doing it. I did it. I've already made a video on the 5500. Showing everybody I can do it. I could even do it with the 3060, the 4070. I could do it all the way up to the 5090 because I have the experience. I have 3 decades of experience and I know what I'm talking about. Most definitely. And I'm just watching all these leaks and I'm watching all these rumors of these reviewers backtracking themselves because they gave out the wrong information. Now, you noticed my information I didn't give out until I was damn sure this was the real deal. And this is the reason why I'm doing this live stream tonight, is to show you guys I don't feed into the bullshit. They drag everybody into the bullshit. But when you subscribe to my channel, I bring you into facts, not fiction. Am I wrong, Machine?
That's true.
Even though that I had my car accident a couple days ago and I'm still in pain. And believe it or not, I took enough ibuprofen and enough painkillers to sit my butt in this seat for you guys for a couple hours, you know, so this way, you know, I can keep the channel alive. And it's really been tough for me to sit my butt in this seat, but I'm doing it tonight for you guys, even though that I should be laying in bed, putting my feet up, resting my back right here in my chest. You guys don't know what kind of impact I took, and it was a hard impact. So I'm just bringing facts. I'm not bringing fiction. Machine. We'll talk about that later. Don't reveal that.
Okay.
But like I said, I'm going to do one video at a time on testing the 3060, on cleaning and pasting the 3060, and doing one last test on the 3060. I'm doing it before I clean it and after I clean it testing. So you can see the thermals in the beginning and at the end, and everything in between. That sounds like a good deal, doesn't it, Machine?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about asking my neighbor if they want to switch the 3060 with their 7800 XT. I was thinking about it because they said they wanted to go Nvidia.
That's not a good trade.
Yeah, but for them and what they play, that would be perfect for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're tired. They said they're tired of AMD. Dr. Blitz, thank you for that kickback of $1.99. Appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate it. Give him a thumbs up for that. That's really cool. We do appreciate you when you do that, for sure, my friend. Kick your feet back on the desk. I'm sorry, my feet are over 16s. I don't think I can kick my feet on the desk. All you guys would see is feet. And then you'd be sniffing the monitor to see where the feet smell was coming from. But I ain't going there with that, don't you know? But we'll work on it. I thought it'd be funny. Camera recording. Okay, let's get into the article, my friends. Let's get into the article that everybody's talking about. First off, we're here on WCCF Tech, and their article, they say public statement to clarify recent reports regarding ASUS GeForce RTX 5070 Ti, 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte. We'd like to clarify the reports regarding the ASUS GeForce RTX 5070, 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte. Certain media, get this, certain media may have received incomplete. No, that's not it. let's put it back to the received, and let's put their own 2 cents in there with information from an ASUS PR representative regarding these products. The GeForce RTX 5070 and the 5060 Ti have not been discontinued. And I've told Machine before, they ain't going to discontinue it right now anyway. They put it end of life. ASUS has no plans to stop selling these models. Yeah, why would they cut their own revenue? That would make no damn sense whatsoever. Why would they cut their own revenue? You got to remember, every graphics card that's out there, that's on the market, is a revenue for them. Why would they discontinue that revenue when they're still generating cash? Are they not supposed to pay their employees? Which I hear Corsair's done laid off a bunch of their people after a little bit of a debacle that happened today. But we'll talk about that on another time when we do another live stream. I'm sure I'm going to gather that information and bring it up. You know, this is a good investigation. This is bringing out the truth and reality, and everybody's squabbling. That's all I hear is their lips. You know, stop with the BS. If you're going to be a reviewer, be a reviewer. Don't be giving the whole population of the PC world bad information. They'll start be looking at me and saying, Jay, who's giving misinformation today? Well, I say, you got about those ones that are over there sitting there with 1 million subscribers and all that, sitting there giving all bad information and everything else. Me, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. You know, I told you I'm going to put them on Front Street. And it seems they're doing nothing but bashing these companies that supply us the parts. Okay? I told you guys, I'm not going to bash the companies. I will do one deal. I will bash the hardware before I bash the company. Because in a company, you have to understand it's a big bubble. There's many of people, many of hands that work on products. So you can't say as a whole to everybody that they all did wrong. No, there's one specific person out of that bunch screwed it up for everybody. One. So, if they have PR people, then they should have clarified with the PR people before they made this story. And everybody's trying to backtrack and cover everybody's trails. Stop doing that. You're lying to the public. They're sniffing bullshit. They are sniffing the BS that you're dumping out. Just come out publicly saying you made a mistake, you're sorry about it, and they will move on. And then end of story. This is the reason why I never published this story until today. But actually, no, I published it on my I did a regular video on this. This is just an investigative follow-up to my video. And before anybody said anything, I've already put my 2 cents out there and already told them they weren't going to be doing it. And guess what? You see reviewer after reviewer after reviewer just putting their nuts right onto the spine of the consumers. I will never, never, never do that. When I tell you it's a leak, it's a leak. This means that somebody said something that's probably true or not. It's a 50-50 chance. You always take it with a grain of salt. Now you got a bunch of people pissed off over the fact that you got these big ass reviewers that think that they're tall in numbers, that sitting there piling on, this stupid information, which was never true in the first place. If they're going to put facts down, put facts down. Make sure you got the facts in front of you before you put the facts down. Guess what? I already put the facts down. I had the information in front of me, and I'm putting it in front of you guys today. I've had this information before anybody was talking about it. Because every morning I go and scour the internet for the right and left to find out where true information comes from. Do you think I have AIB partners barking in my ear telling me, oh, this is true or false? No, I don't. I don't have one AIB partner, or I don't even have one company barking in my ear for this information. I am working diligently to get this information. Diligently. I'm working for it. And I'm by myself running my own channel. Well, I got Mr. Machine, of course. Hi, Mr. Machine.
I don't do anything. You do all the work. I just supply you with the goods.
Yeah, but you're doing just as much work as me.
Not really.
No, you're asking the right questions.
Well, there's probably other people in the chat asking the same question.
Yeah, of course. Chili Slater, good to see you. Welcome to the channel. Do you prefer AMD processor or Intel? Be honest with you, AMD. Simple said and put. I've ran Intel processors for many years. I was never happy with them in the beginning. And I'm talking about the early 80s. Okay. Now, as soon as AMD started wrapping out the Ryzen series, I've been rolling with the Ryzen series ever since. So, truth of the matter, if I ever put my hands on an Intel processor again, I would probably try the one everybody says that blows up, the 14900K, and give that a good whirl on the motherboard to see what it can do. You know, that would be one of the processors. But any other processor, maybe the 200 series, the 200S series, maybe just for shits and giggles, the 285K. Or we'll wait to see if they got a 300 or 400. They're going to have a 300 series from what I heard. And maybe a 400 series. We never know. Intel's like that. They can't make up their goddamn mind. Just like AMD can't make up their goddamn mind. 1 minute they're going to do something. Next minute they wait. You guys know the drill. This happened, what, at Computex last year, right? Same drill. You wait, can't make up their mind with the price. Then they make up their mind on the price. Oh, then they rebate the sellers and everything else, and it just goes back and forth. We're tired of the drama with these companies. We are tired of the drama with these companies. Start giving us decent product price to performance. Start looking at the consumer giving us what we need. As reviewers, we can't get what we need. These companies have boxed out to where reviewers can't ask them for nothing. I've already tried. I've tried asking AMD, Intel, Nvidia, ASUS, Gigabyte, MSI, ASRock, the whole 900 yards. Would you like to help the channel? I hear crickets in my ears. That's all I hear is crickets in my ears. No, they would rather help a channel that gives nothing but misinformation, but to help a real channel that gives real honest reviews, that would tell the real story. Like mine. Do I not tell the real story, Machine?
Well, no, you're not always correct, but
I'm not always correct.
But well, you're right a lot. You're right a lot. But if you ever misinformed or anything, you always let everybody know immediately.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, you go on Discord and be like, "Oh, here we go. This is a correction."
Yeah, of course. If I'm wrong about something, I'll put it right out in Discord.
Yep.
And also too, if I do it in a video, I'll make sure that I put it in the next video that I did wrong. So, I don't have a problem admitting that I'm wrong. I don't have a problem admitting that I'm right either. So, regardless what everybody says, and if they don't like me, then too bad. Don't like me then. But if you like me, then you'll understand. I'm here to help the consumer. I'm not here to help other reviewers. I'm not here to blow smoke up everybody's ass. That's bottom line. That's why I'm different from the rest of them. That's the reason why I don't have collaborations. I have a collaboration with Mr. Machine and every one of my subscribers, if they want a collaboration. I collaborate with my subscribers. You know why? Because they make more fucking sense than half the goddamn community out there that's sitting there barking about bullshit. Oh my God, Azra burned something up again. And turn around, they're the ones burning it up. Wake up and smell the coffee. I did. That's the reason why people are starting to come to my channel, is because they want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear fucking lies from other people. They're tired of the lies. I'm tired of the lies. What do you think I started my channel? Was to stop the lies. Stop the people getting misinformation. People that work hard for their products need to know the truth. If these companies put out bad products, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to call them out by name, but I'm going to call out the object, the product, and I'm going to say this product's crap. But if it's good, I'm going to tell you. I don't like using crap products. I'm going to tell you that right now. I try to run, even my PC doesn't have crap products in it. It has a little bit of a lot of companies that are all built into my PC. I can tell you MSI, I can tell you Gigabyte, Intel, AMD, Nvidia, Corsair, Crucial, Samsung, Clev. I said AMD right. And plus I got Mustex in here. I got Thermaltake. I got, like I said, I have a whole plethora list inside my PC. That's how you know your PC, is when you know what parts you have in your PC. And you know what the parts do. That's why my PC always runs at 100%. I game with no problem. I enjoy this PC. Even though it's my content creating PC, it's also my gaming PC. So I enjoy it. But it comes to the fact that everybody's talking about the 5070 Ti and the 5060 Ti. Mr. Machine's got the 5070 Ti and the 5060 Ti. And what do you think about the two cards, Machine?
They're good. I like them.
They rock, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I have to use more of the software on the 5060 Ti, but if you use that software,
right,
it'll do 4K, no problem.
There you go.
It's just that the 5070 Ti just has more horsepower to it, so I don't have to utilize the software just yet.
Well,
but
see,
I still use it for some games. So.
See, but at the time that they were selling the 5060 Ti, it was the budget level.
Yeah,
the 16 gigabyte one.
Yeah, $400 for the 5060 Ti. That's how much I paid for that.
Right, $400.
400. Yep.
But that's not bad.
Nope.
That's not bad.
Nope.
Because I could rock the 5060 Ti 16 gigabytes all day long.
Mhm.
To be honest with you, I could rock it all day long, all night long. Just like I do the 4070 12 gigabyte. That's only 4 more gigabytes that's added to the list. And as far as performance, if I push it the right way, I could get the same performance that I get on my 4070.
It overclocks very well.
So if you look at it, you get 4070 kind of performance, but 4 more gigabytes of VRAM. So that way, when you go to play your games, guess what happens? You have a nice game flow.
Yep. I have 11 to 12% more performance when overclocked on that card. It overclocks great.
Yeah.
That almost brings it up to 4070, not quite. But it gets within like single digits of it. So,
I bet you with a little bit more tweaking, I can get it just right there at the edge of the 4070.
yep. The only thing you lose is the bus, and that's it.
No, not really. The 4070 doesn't use up the full bus width neither.
Okay.
See, when it sits at idle, most of your cards that sit at idle, they're only using 128 gigabit of the bus. Anyway.
Yeah. You have 8 lanes instead of 16 lanes, so it's the only downside that I see. But I didn't see any issue with that in any of the games I was playing.
Yeah,
so.
but you're missing the point. It's 5.0x8.
Yeah. No.
So it's 4.0x16. It's the same amount of PCIe 4.0x16.
Okay.
On the data transfer wise, it's the same amount as my 47. But with a 2%, maybe a 1 to 2%, maybe an advantage on the memory.
Yes, 28 gigabits, I think it's 20 gigabits per second on the memory. The 5060 and the 5070. Yeah.
It's 28, but you got to remember the 4070 is 21, and it could be pushed to 23.
You took me off of the charts.
Even Nvidia knew this. Why do you think they discontinued the 40 series? It's not because that the 40 series, they were out of date. It's the performance of the 40 series when you started adding the 50 series software to it and started seeing a performance jump. And now with this more of this performance jump, now it made it even better. This made people want to hang on to their 40 series cards because there was less problems. That's the whole idea. There was less problems with the 40 series than there was the 50 series. Yeah, other than the 4090 catching fire, It's like watching the Hunger Games. Your 4090 will catch fire. So, but if they learn to put 2 of those connectors on, 2 of those 12 volt high powers, they would have put 2 on the 4080 and the 4090 series, I think they would have been better off, because that would have brought them to 9.2 gauge, which that would be equal to about maybe 850, 900 watts of power it can handle. Because 8 gauge is 1200 watts. You can do 1200 watts of power off of 8 gauge. And no, they're sitting there doing they're not even doing 10 gauge. Because 10 gauge is supposed to be about around 600 watts for 10 gauge. Does that make sense to you, machine?
Mm-hmm.
If you take the thickness and the braids of the wire, and they're fine braided wire, like the monster wire for power wire, if it's fine braided wire, each one of those wires are like traces. Wrapped up into one big bunch, it can pull 1200 watts easily. 8 gauge can. It would have been smart if Nvidia would have said, okay, well, we're going to make a connector that's 8 gauge, 2 heavy pins, 1 hot pin, 1 ground pin, 2 heavy pins, and 1 sense wire for the ground. So that way it would sense it for the power supply. 3 wires. And believe it or not, it's flexible wire. 8 gauge is flexible. 4 gauge is what you have to worry about. 8 gauge is flexible, and it's 1200 watt wire. I pulled 1600 on it. It's not a problem. But you think they would come up with that? One solid connector that has solid core for the male connection. It would be solid core on the male, and it would be a open slotted connection for the female for the graphics card. You plug those two in, and the gauge is heavy enough it doesn't catch fire like tin foil. If you take a piece of tin foil, you run a hot piece of hot and a piece of ground on 12 volts, it'll incinerate right in front of you. It's a fuse. When you start pulling amperage from a connection point, there's resistance in a connection point. Am I wrong, machine?
No, you're right.
You have what they call resistance in the connection point. And with your using a modular power supply and having that extra connection point, that's where the problem is. You get too many resistance points. So you eliminate one by having your PSU, your power supply, the wire hardwired into the power supply. So you have one connection point, not two. You'd think they would actually learn that. My power supply's got one connection point. That's it. One connection point. Everything is hardwired into the power supply. I don't have an issue with burning connectors. Nothing. I can pull 200 watts off of my graphics card. One single 8-pin connector. I know you guys are going to say, yeah, don't forget about the PCIe slot too. Yeah, I haven't forgot about that either. But still, it can pull up right to the amount that the connector can hold. It's not getting hot or catching fire. Mine's been plugged in this way ever since I got it. On the same power supply too. Ain't that some shit? So, when you guys are done with the Cloak and Dagger shows and you want to come over here to JJ's PC Builds, please do. We'll be waiting here with open arms for you guys. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button. Help the channel out. Help us grow. I'm not, people ask me for help in the live chat all the time. And what do, machine?
Help.
I help them. I'll stop the show. I'll take my few minutes and I'd help them. Just like that. And then after I'm done helping them and they're satisfied, I go back to the show. And life keeps moving. No other reviewer ever does that for their people. They look at their people like a bank. I don't look at you guys like a bank. If you guys want to donate to the channel, you know how to hit that button. That's up to you. I never begged for it. Have I begged for it, machine?
No.
Should I start begging for it?
No.
Exactly. That's the reason why I don't. Is because I know people, when they have a heart, they will give. You don't have to ask for it. I've been doing this channel close. This will be the 4th year on this, doing this channel. 4 years. Like I said. But back to the story. So we got our public statement. Now let's see what Tech Power Up said. Oh yeah, the blah blah story right here. I put the link to this article in the description below. You can find it if you want to follow me on it. The drama goes from the beginning to the end. Like Nvidia said, what changes are occurring in the GPU GeForce ecosystem, given the current memory makers ? So what changes are occurring? They don't even know. Demand for GeForce RTX GPUs is strong, and memory supply is constrained. So this means that they might have delays on even their current generation. That's why it says constrained. That means they have to hold off because they don't have enough chips. They want to put it with the right cards so that way they don't lose money off of the deal. We continue to ship all GeForce SKUs, and we are working closely with our suppliers to maximize memory availability. Okay, so that's the statement from Nvidia. Now, my takeaway from that is this. Nvidia said what they had to say. You just had to listen. Basically, they said they're going to ship cards if they have the memory available. If they don't, then it's going to be up to the AIB partners to supply their own memory to make their cards. So it's a 40% thing. NVIDIA is only going to send 40% of the chips with the cards. And the rest is up to the AIB partners to figure out. So, it's simple said and put. There might be 1 week you might not get a 5070 Ti 16 gigabyte, and another week you might not get a 5070. Or another week you might not get a 5090. I mean, it is what it is. So, I'm just a bank to you, huh? No, sir, not at all, Mr. There. No, Mr. Dr. Blitz, no. I do not treat everybody as such. If people want to give, and they feel in the hurt, they want to give, that's up to them, man. I do not treat anybody as a bank. It's up to them if they want to help the channel. Every little bit goes towards the channel. It doesn't go towards me, my friend. Does not go towards me. It goes towards the channel, getting equipment for the channel, getting stuff like that. That helps out on part of that end. Okay, the rest of the getting parts and stuff, usually by donations or, I take out of my pocket to go and do this. So I put in as much as being given, just to say. So I don't treat nobody as a bank, my friend. I'm not like the other channels. I'm not begging and pleading for equipment. If let's say companies want to give me stuff to sponsor on the channel, they can be a sponsor of the channel. But I don't see anybody jumping out of their skin to make a difference for my channel. No, they're just jumping over there to the dum-dums that are sitting there making fun of them or making them look bad instead of being honest about how the equipment really works. I'm happy with every piece of equipment that I get for this channel. I'm even praising the GTX 1650. Why? It gets 60 FPS on Linux running on Cyberpunk 2077. I get 60 FPS. That's just pure rasterization. There's no ray tracing. But it's playable. There's no stuttering. There's no fluff. It just plays. So I'm happy with that. Even the RX 5500 got 50 FPS. Wasn't a real big stuttery mess. It had a couple stutters here and there, but it wasn't a stuttery mess. But it still played the game. See, machine? You see what I'm saying, right?
Mhm.
See, this is what people don't understand. They think just because 8 gigabytes is on a card, that's not enough. That's bullshit. Even machine will agree with this. I got 4 gigabyte cards. I got 1 gigabyte cards. I got 2 gigabyte cards. I need to find a 3 gigabyte card just for the collection. But can they game? Yes, they can. Every card has a different situation you can play games with. Like your 1 gigabyte card, you can play Facebook all day long with it. Farmville. Some people do that all day long. They just play Farmville. You can get away with the 1 to 2 gigabyte card. I did. 4 gigabyte card, you can get away with playing Cyberpunk, maybe a couple other Steam games. Without taking a penalty hit, yes, you could. You could play it all day long. Is it worth it to you? Well, if you don't care about, having 100% perfect visualization, then yeah, it's playable. 4 gigabytes is playable, and it's basically just like running the PlayStation 4. So, do you actually need 16 gigabytes of video RAM, VRAM?
Nope.
Nope. Not at all. Depends on the situation and what you want it to do. And I'll tell you what, I've tested the whole soup from beginning to end, and I'm impressed with the cards I have right now. I am impressed. I see why people are getting, good gameplay and, definitely recommending some of these cards was because they get real good gameplay. So I'm not disappointed in it. Okay. People jump in and out, on and off my channel, but they don't stay around to wait for the end game. They just look at the beginning game. They think I'm boring and everything else. Well, no, I'm just shooting out facts from my mouth. No B-roll, no bullshit, facts, not fiction. Right, machine? Why do I need B-roll to make my channel look better? Do you think I need B-roll?
No.
Do I need a Tootsie Roll?
Maybe.
There you go. There you go. That's the best kind of roll you get right there is a Tootsie Roll. So, now you know what I'm about. I'm not about the havoc. I'm not about the drama. I'm just shooting out straight facts. And this right here, these articles, this was all started by somebody opening up their mouth that they weren't supposed to until they had the full information. I'm not calling out channels. I'm not going to say what channel it was. I'm just showing you the articles and what they're saying. But I'm not going to call out the channel that turned around and started all this BS. They have to live with that. I know. And my subscribers don't have to live with it neither, because they don't need to hear it. Simple said and put. So that's the reason why everybody enjoys my channel, is because honesty is the best policy. How many times are you going to hear me say I'm honest? Machine, how many times I said I'm honest?
All the time?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, people are starting to think that, I'm not, they pop on everybody else's channel. They think they're honest. They're doing nothing but shoveling drama to you. Drama.
It's because the mob rules. That's why.
Well, because it doesn't have path tracing in their world? Is that
yeah, they don't like the subscribers, so they must be right.
Oh, because they get 1 million subscribers, they must be right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's how that works.
Bigger number means bigger, better.
Oh, really?
Yep, sure. Yep.
Never knew that. I had no idea. I had no idea having more people on the channel made it a lot better. How about that, the people that are here that did subscribe to the channel, how about that they're more happier being here and hearing me chat other than listening to all that fluff that's going on the others? All that B-roll action. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm not into the B-roll. I'm into the facts. I'm into the statements. If you want me to post a statement from an article, I will do so. But as far as the B-rolls in the videos and stuff like that, you got one at the beginning and you got one at the end. And in between, you got me. So I'm the biggest B-roll of it all. How about that? That works for sure. So, am I going off the rail again there, Machine?
Yep.
I kind of figured that.
It's day off the rail PC builds.
I can't believe that. I'm always going off the rail.
It's okay.
I don't know. I was sitting there watching all the retracts on these reviewers retracting their statements. I'm like, oh my God, they're all holding hands again. Oh my God. You know what I mean?
Kumbaya.
Yeah, no doubt. And I've noticed that there's one piece of information that somebody comes up with that's really good. The whole PC community, the reviewers follow right along with it, like a puppy dog.
Yeah.
I noticed that. And then when I investigate their claim, 50% true, 50% false. That's just being honest with you. How many times it says, oh, the 4070 doesn't get but over 60 FPS? Bullshit. I've already hit my 4070 over 300 FPS with no problem. Just because some reviewers don't like overclocking doesn't mean I don't. I love it. Do I recommend it for a long game session? No. For a 60-second test or a 30-second burst, that's fine. But to do it long term while you're playing a game, that's not wise. Not wise at all. This is why I recommended people get the overclocked models, because they got dual BIOS and you can switch it on performance and leave it. You don't even need MSI Afterburner. You don't need all that overclocking shit. You don't really need it. Just play your games. You'll get a nice little 5.5–6% bump. I'm happy with it, machine. I'm definitely happy with it. I got the perfect processor for the perfect CPU processor for the perfect graphics card. So 9700X with the 4070 and the 9700X having 32 gigs of 6000 CL28 RAM. Perfect. Samsung drive with the Crucial drive. I got 2 SSDs. And I got 1 hard disk drive by Seagate. Seagate made a hard disk drive that's industrial grade. So that's what I have in my system, an industrial grade hard drive. Because it handles a better impact. So it's well built. Just like me, ow, that hurts. That really hurt. Don't do that when you're feeling it in your chest. But guys, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to call it right here for the evening, and I do apologize. I usually go 2 hours, but tonight I can't. I can't sit here any longer because that car accident really messed me up, and I really can't. I can sit for as long as I can, and when that pain just starts kicking in, my concentration just gets lost. So it will do the community an injustice if I stayed on any longer. Because then I would just be rambling on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Then you'll get bored. Then you'll end up leaving the channel because you're bored. We know the drill. But I want you guys to stay. And I want you guys to hit the subscribe button. And I want you to help me out. Help this channel grow. 4 years. And I haven't even broke 1,000 subscribers. 4 years. No wonder why. Is it because I'm supposed to break 1,000 videos? I've already broke 1,000 videos. You got to remember, I got more than one channel. I got 3. I got videos on my other channel, my other channels, on top of the videos here. So I'm definitely over 1,000 videos, machine. So, like last time I looked, I think I counted 1,300, something like that. But everybody just sees what they see on this channel. They don't see anything else on the other. So. Car accident. Is that recent? Yes, sir. Yes, it is, Dr. Blitz. It happened on the 11th. It happened on the 11th, 6 days ago. And I've been, right here in my collarbone, anytime I move my head the wrong way, it hurts bad. Even in my ribs, right in the midsection of my ribs, hurts like hell. Sometimes my left leg is going numb. My screwed up right here on my hands, right here. My finger was swollen. Looked like a big balloon at the end of my finger. So, it is what it is. Just surviving. That's all I'm doing right now is surviving the pain. So, if you guys were wondering, that's what's happening right now. And I'm dealing with it. And if I can't sit here long enough to do live streams, I'm going to be doing a lot more videos in the near future. So do expect that to happen too. The more videos I can put out, the more that YouTube will say, hey, he has a lot of videos out. Now is the time. So I'm just waiting my time, doing my videos, keeping you guys informed. Right, Machine? So, but anyway, guys, I'm going to call it right here. Machine, do you want to say goodbyes to everybody until the next time?
Yeah, thanks for coming on, everybody. Like usual. Thanks, Dr. Blitz, for the donation for Mr. J.
Yes, I agree. Dr. Blitz, thank you for all your donations. It is much appreciated. And it does go towards getting stuff for the channel. I don't have enough yet, but as soon as I get enough stockpile, I'll be able to get the next piece, which I really want to do. The next piece was an Intel build. Everybody's sitting there wondering, Jay, when are you going to do an Intel build? I come up with the philosophy, as soon as I get it all together, I'll be able to do an Intel build. What kind of Intel build? You just have to wait and see. Yep. Big W, my friend. Big W. Okay, guys. We're going to get out of here. First time here. Hit this, what do you call it? Oh, the subscribe button and the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell when I post the next video. Sorry, guys. I wish I could keep it going longer, but we have more videos that are going to be coming out soon, and we have a lot more to do, especially with this 3060. We got a little bit of testing to do, a little bit of cleaning, and a little bit of finale work for it. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And don't forget about the RX 5500 that I repasted. We still got to do something with that too. It's called testing it and see if the thermals are okay. So anyway, guys, until the next time in the next video, you know what it is, and we will see you on the next one.